boys and girls. I'm back for Oscar is Cold, the second half. So let's find out what happens to Oscar and why he's so cold. But before we do that, let's go over our vocabulary words because we have to learn new words all the time. So our first word is class. The teacher's there, the students are there, and the children are listening to their teacher in class. Can we say class? Class. And then how about this one? The little boy's giving a rose to the little girl, and she's acting like, why are you giving me that? But she probably likes it. So give, give. He is giving a rose, give. And how about this? This looks like our school. So some of us are gonna go back to school, some of us are gonna stay learning at home, and that's okay. Share. Let's have a cup of tea and share some cocoa. Ooh, it's gonna start getting cold and we're gonna have hot chocolate and cocoa. So let's share. Can you say share? And how about this one? Oh, it's icy. So look at the snow on the roof, and then some of the rain has turned to icicles. So it looks like a lot of little icy, chilly. And how about this one? Listen. When someone's talking, you listen. If teacher's reading a book, you listen. Okay, so let's listen to the second part of Oscar is Cold. So remember, he was sleeping for a long time, snoring, and then he woke up and said, hey, there's flowers outside, it's spring, but I still feel chilly. So let's see what happens here. So in spite of the weather, Oscar felt cold all over, and that bothered him. He didn't like to feel cold. Maybe a walk will warm me up, the bear said to himself, and he started to walk. He walked and walked and walked, but it didn't help. Guess what? He was still cold. What's the matter? Asked the hare. The hare's a little bunny right there. What's the matter? Asked the hare. When she saw the bear's teeth chattering, I'm very cold, answered the bear. Don't worry, I'll help you, said the hare, and she ran off. I wonder what she's going to get. Maybe something warm. She returned after a while with a very thick, warm blanket. Wrap it around you and you'll find that the cold doesn't bother you, she said. So there she is. She's trying to help her friend. She gave him the blanket, kind of like our vocabulary word, give. Oscar did as she said. He wrapped himself up. He threw the blanket around his shoulder and continued to walk. So this should warm me up. He walked and walked and walked, wrapped in the blanket, but guess what? It didn't help. He was still shivering. But it didn't help. The cold could not stop blowing on him with his icy breath. Ooh, icy. What's the matter? Said the magpie. That's this bird right here is a magpie. She saw him shivering. I'm cold, I'm so cold, and I have a blanket, I'm still cold. I know how to help you. Don't move. I'll be right back, said the magpie, and she flew away. She came back in a little while with a bar of chocolate. Ooh, candy chocolate. Eat it little by little. You'll see. It'll do you a lot of good. Thank you, said Oscar. And he went on his way eating his chocolate. Yum, yum. Maybe that'll warm him up in the belly. He walked and walked and walked, wrapped in the blanket and eating the chocolate, but nothing happened. The cold would not let go of him. What is the matter? Asked the fox. Look at the fox. When he saw the bear all pale, what's the matter? With his fur standing on end and his skin covered in goosebumps, he was so shivering. I'm so cold, cold, said the bear. I'm so cold. I have chocolate, a blanket, but I'm still cold. There's an easy solution for that, said the fox, and he ran off as quickly as he could. I'll be right back. I wonder what Fox is going to get. He came back almost right away with some firewood. In the blink of an eye, he built a campfire. Sit next to the fire. That'll warm you up. So maybe and put your hands over the fire and it'll kind of warm you up. Sit next to the fire. It's going to warm you up quickly. I hope it works because Bear's so cold. Oscar sat by the fire, holding the blanket around his shoulders, taking little bites of his chocolate, but nothing happened. Guess what? He was still cold. There was no way to get rid of this cold. That's when his best friend Milagros found him. So another bear. Her name is Milagro. What's the matter? She asked, seeing him so unhappy. I'm so very cold, he answered, and nothing's working. Maybe Milagros knows what to do. Milagros looked at him and smiled. She knew just how to help him. Come here, she said. In these cases, there's nothing better than a good, warm hug. So Milagros hugged her friend, and maybe it worked. After that hug, Oscar felt better. Of course, he had spent so much time alone in his house that he was becoming so sad and lonely. Milagros knew very well that a hug from a friend is so powerful that it can make anyone feel better. So she knew the secret. The end. So that's great. So if one of your friends or mom or brother or sister is feeling kind of cold and maybe they just need a hug. How did you like that story? I hope you liked it. See you soon, boys and girls. Bye.